No one is born innately knowing Muay Thai. So I myself started with just my first lesson, and all the senior members here, intermediate members and beginner members, all started off where you're at, just walking through the doors. Hey guys, Coach Victor here from the Thai Boxing Institute of Mar Vista, California. And in this series of videos, we're going to go over all the basic techniques involved when you first start here at the Thai Boxing Institute. I just want to say, first of all, thank you for your interest in being a member at the Thai Boxing Institute. I think Muay Thai is a beautiful, wonderful sport, and I think the Thai Boxing Institute is a beautiful, wonderful community. The one thing you have to know about Muay Thai and the Thai Boxing Institute and starting something new in general is that everyone starts off where you're at. Just walking through the doors, first day, first class, first lesson. I myself started that way at my home gym, Muay Thai Academy of America out in North Hollywood. Walking into the doors, not knowing nothing about Muay Thai, aside from how to say it. No one is born innately knowing Muay Thai. So I myself started with just my first lesson, and all the senior members here, intermediate members and beginner members, all started off where you're at, just walking through the doors. So I want you to just remove those notions of being new or being afraid or intimidated or anything of that sort of nature. Just understand that we all start off where you're starting off, is just walking through the doors and taking your first lesson. So when you first start Muay Thai, at least here at the Thai Boxing Institute, the first thing we cover is how to stand properly for the sport. Now this is going to be dependent on whether you're left-handed or right-handed. For the sake of ease, I'm going to go over how to stand in a right-handed stance. When we stand in a right-handed stance, that's called being an Orthodox fighter. Okay? That means your left arm, left leg, left side of your body is leading, and your right arm, right leg, right side of your body is to the rear. I'm going to show you guys right now what I mean by fight stance. When I say fight stance, it's merely a verbal cue that I use to initiate a series of movements that you'll perform. It's going to prepare you to start whatever training it is that you're going to do, whether it's sparring, whether it's drilling, whether it's pad work, or just shadow boxing and learning the basic movements of Muay Thai. Fight stance is the foundation of everything that we do here at the Thai Boxing Institute, everything that you're going to do in Muay Thai. Okay? So if you're a right-handed fighter, if you're an Orthodox fighter, your right arm and your right leg is going to go behind you. Your left arm, your left leg is going to be in front of you. Okay? Our feet are going to be positioned in like what I call a staggered stance. And everything is going to be about shoulder width apart. Now if you notice, once I started doing that, I kind of became squared, right? My shoulders, my hips, my knees, and almost my toes are aligned. I want you also to pay attention to what my right leg is doing. My right leg is sort of turned out slightly, and this is going to give me a bit more base, a bit more balance, okay? What I want you to pay attention to is also the looseness of your body, right? Nothing that we do in here is going to involve actual engagement and tension of your muscles, right? Everything is just going to be easy, smooth, and relaxed, right? Now, my right hand, my right arm is going to go up by my head, and the same thing with my left arm. What I like to tell people is that if you're imagining you're looking through some binoculars, and this is what it means to be hands up. Now, the second thing is to learn to keep your neck relaxed, right? And this is what's going to help you keep your chin down. So the first thing is hands up, chin down, right? Legs shoulder width apart. Hands up, chin down, legs shoulder width apart. That's our fight stance. If you're a left-handed fighter, that means you're a Southpaw. So it's just an inversion of that stance. We're going to bring our right leg forward, right arm forward, left leg back, left arm back. And yet again, our hands are up, chin is down. Imagining we're looking through binoculars, legs shoulder width apart, nice and loose, fight stance. Now, that fight stance can get a little more technical. In reality, there are two types of fight stance. One is an idle fight stance, which we just went over, right? Hands up, chin down, legs shoulder width apart. And then there's an engaged fight stance, where our feet are both actively engaged on the balls of our feet. When we're in an engaged fight stance, that means we're ready to either attack, move, or defend. For the sake of simplicity, I just want you to know that we're going to be dealing mostly with an idle fight stance. Now furthermore, that stance itself can be drawn into a more technical, more offensive, defensive fight stance from the idle position. If you ever watch strict Muay Thai, I think you'll notice that the stance looks a little bit more like this. You notice that the elbows getting a little tighter, the shoulders tuck themselves in, the guard goes higher, and then the lead leg is light, right? That's a little more intermediate, that's a little more advanced. But for right now, let's just focus on keeping our hands up, chin down, elbows pinned to the side of our body, legs shoulder width apart, breathing, relaxing, and having fun. If you're watching this and you're not a TBI member and you found this useful, you can go ahead and support the channel by clicking on that subscribe button and hitting that bell, or adding us on Instagram at the Thai Box Institute. I just want to say thank you to our patrons on our Patreon for supporting the Thai Box Institute and myself for being able to continue my coaching journey. Okay? Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your kindness and generosity. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.